Welcome back, everybody, to the Melvin Leroy channel. And a very happy Thursday. Very, very noisy jet aircraft here in the background. Where are we at here? Why? Uh-oh. Alright. Are we okay? We good? Why is my... Okay. What's going on here? It's funny when you have, like, literally... They're clear across the way there, but they sound like they're right on top of you. It's the strangest thing. Hello. Very nice to see you, Tim Dog. Welcome in, buddy. Happy Thursday. We are here on the ground, Norfolk. Going to be doing a little general aviation sightseeing adventure with the Virtual USA Flying Club. And the plan is going to be to fly from here down to First Flight, Kitty Hawk, and then ultimately make our way to the Oracoke. I don't think I'm saying that right. The Oracoke Island Airport, which is going to be new to me, but there was kind of a cool freeware scenery, so a little bit of a two-stopper, and then we're going to head to Norway, and we're going to fly the Baron, kind of do the same thing, a little two-hopper in the Baron. So thanks for being here, and hopefully we'll have some fun. Whoops, I shouldn't have put that away yet because I wanted to see my engine health. 92%. Yikes. Oil's okay. Yeah, oil's okay. We got a co-pilot, some baggage. We don't need any baggage, though. It's just a sightseeing mission, right? Let's get the baggage out of there. And I think, yeah, we'll fill it all the way up. Alright, sounds good. And I most likely will have to take off the static elements here, so watch your air drum. Wait, can I do that? Maybe I'm not able to do that. Okay, never mind. Hey, hello. Don't do that. Whatever you do, don't do that. For crying out loud, what have I done? You're flying the Baron into First Flight right now. Hey, great minds think alike, Tim. There's no two bones about it. All right, maybe it's on the exterior here. Yeah, we'll just take these off. And I thought about going with something a little quicker, but then I'm like, you know what? This will be just fine if we can get it started, I guess. So yeah, let's go battery on. We are gonna have a look-see here. Fuel is on. Avionics, I guess, are coming on as well here. Nav and beacons can come on. And what do we want here? A little mixture full forward. Little throttle. Maybe a couple of shots of primer. 3 ought to be all right. Prop area is clear. Let's get it started here. All right. Good oil pressure. RPMs. Everything's looking happy so far. Alternator can come on. Panel lights. I do have the time obviously slid back, and also the weather is adjusted because it's flat and nasty here. Doing very well, sir. How are you, Beethoven? Thanks for coming in. Okay, I'm gonna lean out just a bit. We made that made that mistake last time we flew this bad boy. And let's see, Norfolk, Virginia, no ATC as we see right now. So we're going to go ahead and just go direct, which is what we were going to do anyway. We're just going to kind of go about 3,500 and yeah, just kind of see what there is to see. The Outer Banks, as it's known, and it's not an area that I honestly, I mean, I fly into and out of some of these places, but I don't know that I've ever done much just sightseeing up and down the Outer Banks here. So this will be kind of fun, I think. All right, well, that's warming up. We're going to go ahead and let's see, what information do I have here at Norfolk frequencies? This would be our tower right now, 20.08. I think that would serve as our CTAF frequency as well. Weather, we've got winds 0606. Of course, this is not going to be accurate, but the winds and the altimeter will be. The visibility has been adjusted, so or at least I've tried to adjust that. Oh boy, maybe oh boy, 29 or 9 or 2. Maybe that's what we got to have. Yeah, it's so the altimeter setting.
Traffic Moxie 129 clear runway 5.
This altimeter setting is going to also be standard, so that's a little bit different. That's, you're not supposed to mess with the winds or the altimeter setting. So, yeah, oops. I think we'll be mostly out of the way of everybody, and we don't very often.
Norfolk traffic Moxie 127 departing runway 5.
All right, so 5 is the departure runway. We don't mess around with the weather very often.
Traffic Moxie 1014 lining up behind company runway 5.
Okay, so that's where we'll go to as well. It's just right over there, as you guys can see. We've got our altimeter set. Let's see, we're going to be out of here on a 165 heading 165, and we should probably check. What's the Whiskey Compass saying here? 225. There we go. Perfect. So runway 5. Let's see. It'll be a bit of a left-hand crosswind departure for us then, I suppose. Okay, very good. We're going to go ahead over here and also set the barrel. And we might use a little autopilot so we can look outside here. In fact, let's go ahead and just adjust that as we speak. And my dog say hello. At Norfolk traffic, Cessna November 11816 on the taxi runway 5, coming out of Signature, Norfolk. All right. I think we're pretty well ready to rock. Taxi lights are on. Temperatures are still low, but pressures are in a good spot here. Yeah, I think we're going to be just fine. We'll taxi over there and kind of see if she's being funny on us. Remember last time we flew this thing, we actually kind of fouled the plugs a little bit because we weren't mindful of leaning the mixture as we were.
And Norfolk traffic Moxie 1014 departing runway 5.
As we were on the ramp and taxiing, so I've tried to lean here and in hopes to not do that. So that's the Moxie getting ready to take off right there, and we're looking for the exit. And if I was an exit, where would I be? I guess I had to come all the way back. Or I thought there was an exit off to our left here, but we have to come all the way up here and make our way out. Norfolk vertical sim scenery, and kind of a neat scenery to have. Just one of those, one of those out of the way little GA, but also can be military, but also can be, heavy, or I don't know how many heavies they get in here, but you can fly your jetliners out of here, and that's the one thing vertical sim I think does a pretty good job of, is he picks airfields that can serve a lot of different sim needs. So we do appreciate that around here for sure. Alright, down to the end we go. I'll probably just do a little abbreviated run up here. Make sure everything is copacetic. And we'll be on our way.
Norfolk traffic, Moxie 1014, turning left, heading 282 direct
Oops.
site.
Alright, let's check our control surfaces here first. Our brakes and steering were working just fine. Let's run it up. She sounds a lot happier than she did when we had it the other day. Let's see if we've done any damage with the... Oh, that mag is not good. Left mag is... Oh, actually, it's not too bad. They're about the same. Okay. And how will she do at idle here? Yeah, doing pretty good. Alright, run up is complete. No flaps for the takeoff today, and carb heat not necessary just yet. We'll be mindful of that. Yeah, I think we'll go ahead. Let's go pitot heat, strobe, landing lights, and we'll be ready to go. And Norfolk traffic, November 11816, departing runway 5, will be southeast bound, Norfolk.
Norfolk traffic, Moxie 1014, final call, passing 6,000 direct site.
And hopefully that wake turbulence will be settled down. We've given them a good 5 minutes, wouldn't you say? I think we're going to be alright. Alright, final is clear to the right. And it's, I was wrong, it's a right-hand turnout. No, yeah, right-hand turnout. We want to be going on a 165 heading. Hey, let's get on the center line, shall we? Alright, full beans, and we are making full power here. There's it rotates. Positive rate gear is welded. Pull her back to 2400 here, and looking for 90 in the climb if we can get it. Alright, that looks pretty close. Looks like we're clear to the right. Let's make that right hand turn. And Norfolk traffic, November 11816 is turning right, crosswind, runway 5, Norfolk. It'll almost be our departure heading, to be honest with you. We're just gonna keep it going. Keep it going. A little past, but I think what's 20 degrees among friends here, right? I mean, not a busy airspace. You can see we're a little past, but we're not quite. I think technically we should have stayed on the crosswind and then departed the area on course, but yeah. Alright, well, so far okay, and I do think we're going to go ahead and let's oh, I don't have any autopilot. I must not have turned something on here. Unless my autopilot has... Uh-oh, something has popped here. Nope. Interesting. Alright. We're going to have to troubleshoot this. I didn't see any breakers in the pre-flight, but... Oh, those are all good. And... What are you doing here? Hey, Tyro. Welcome in. Tyro Groth and the Raiders, party of 14. Nice to see you guys. Happy Thursday. I'm struggling with the most basic of operations here in my lovely Cessna. Mustix. Hello, hello. I don't mind hand flying, but it will eliminate, or not eliminate, but it'll reduce the amount of time we can spend outside looking around, so that's really the only bad part. But if that's the case, then so be it. I'm fine with that. Alright, let's look around here. What do we got? It's nothing crazy, generally speaking. Oh, there we go. Alright, so I just needed to hold it, push it and hold it a little bit there. I keep forgetting these guys, this Wet Burrito guys, they kind of sneak some realism things in on us, you know. So let's see here. We'll arm that altitude. We'll just kind of stay pitch and roll right now. We're climbing at 400 feet, which is giving us almost 90 knots in the climb. So I'm liking that. And then that way, like I said, we can hop outside. We can do some looking around and explore the Outer Banks, which is the point of this particular event from the Virtual USA Flying Club. Tyro Goth, thank you for the raid. I hope you're well. Hope you had a good stream. Hope your week has gone great. And yeah, happy Thursday. Yeah, so this is a pretty cool area here. Obviously, the very well known for its military presence, and definitely as you look at the charts, you can see there's all kinds of that around here. But there's also some seaplane bases and little tiny general aviation strips. Virginia Beach private strip coming up here. But our main goal is to see if we can make it down to first flight down to Kitty Hawk. And I did set the sim weather for some light clouds here, but I'm going to be honest with you. I think we're coming into something we're going to have to address here. So how about this? We certainly don't need to think we have to stay on the Magenta Highway here. So you departed from SBY, and I don't know what airport is that, Tim? Stream was great, lots of laughs. Music's in Portal 2. Yeah, good deal. Glad to hear it, man. Salisbury. I feel like that's Connecticut. No, that's too far up, isn't it? Salisbury. I'm looking right now on my... oh, there's a Maryland. Which, I mean, for you, that makes sense because... you've got an aircraft that is quite capable. Yeah, 140 miles. That's perfect. That is absolutely perfect. Alright, climbing on up here again. And this is what? I'm going to have to cheat to look for this. Looks like we're going by Oceana. That's right. You know, your secret's safe with me, Tim Dog. I might have to descend here, you guys, if we're gonna run into clouds up here. So, all right, let's get back on a little bit more of a southerly heading, and we're gonna fly by the Black Bay National Wildlife Refuge, as well as the McKay Island National Wildlife Refuge, as well as the Currituck National Wildlife Refuge. So this is going to be kind of nice. And yes, I think sim weather is going to be adjusted one more time here. So apparently my few clouds, you know what, we're not even going to bother. How often do we fly in a bluebird day? Let's just go ahead, we'll make it all clear and clear in a million. Because this way now we can go direct first flight, and that'll take us right over the top of those wildlife refuges that I was mentioning. And I only say that because I am curious to see if Microsoft Flight Sim has like added any actual, you know, wildlife to the area. You know, like sometimes those, trying to remember, there's a couple sceneries in Africa I know where they've got like it's a big wildlife preserve, and they've got giraffes and stuff like that. Of course, I'm guessing that a big part of the wildlife around here are birds. so maybe we don't want to see them. Little left downwind for runway 3. It's good to know what the active is. That's cool. And by the way, Tim, did you notice? Did you hear that the first flight is one of the VZNY flight line challenges tonight? You probably heard that already. And I think I've already done it. Well, that's okay, but I should have had. Yeah, so I'm working my way. I'm working my way up a little bit. But yeah, so the challenge is essentially, well, let me see if I can find it. I'm not gonna make it up here, but it's all right. So, well, maybe there's, yeah, here it is. So the first in flight. So I actually am enrolled. I've done the first flight, but not first in flight. So Outer Banks Wright Brothers Memorial, and the requirements is to honor the birthplace of powered flight with a VFR run across the Outer Banks, complete a regional flight, and pass the Wright Brothers National Memorial checkpoint. So VFR only, depart and arrive at one of either FFA or MQI, and pass within 3 nautical miles of the Wright Brothers Monument. The departure and arrival airports must be at least 6 nautical miles apart. Reverse directions, yeah, oh gosh, oh, so I was already enrolled, yes, and I have my flight plan file, so I should be, this flight here should count for that, which would be great. And Tim, you as well. You should be able to count that flight. Now it does say, and I don't know if this is still a deal, but you're supposed to, on some of these it will say file your flight plan before connecting to VATSIM. This one doesn't say that, so maybe that's something that they're working on. I don't know. But, oh, you haven't signed up for that yet? Okay, well, there you go. You'll have something to look forward to. What I like,
From tail to nose, he's got the thing. Just add a couple more bearings.
what I'm kind of liking about it, welcome down with Sim. What I'm kind of liking about these guys is that they have set up obviously some challenges within the New York airspace, but they've also branched out, which I think is kind of a neat idea. Like there's there's some all the way out on the West Coast. There's one that is it's a long haul deal. Oh, downwind Sim, 55 months. My goodness, dude. Thank you so much. I toast my Diet Sprite to you, sir. Is this the cat lady? No, I'm just flying my one filthy here. This is the WB Sim one that has been rock solid in Microsoft 2024, so that's pretty awesome. I thought about trying to fly the V-Flight Air one. I thought that would be kind of fun, but I already have these freeware sceneries. I need to. I need to. This is the only one I think that has a little bit of that persistent state, but fortunately it's not crazy. All right, so this is Black Bay, by the way, Black Bay National Wildlife Refuge, and like I don't know exactly what they're known for, but again, I'm guessing that it's a fair amount of birds as well as some marine wildlife, but I didn't know if we were going to see anything. Maybe we need to be down a little lower. Should we go down to 1,500? Yeah, Tim, I would think probably not, but I don't know. Alright, so let's go down. Let's arm that. Can we... I need to go down. Let's go down to 1,500. Okay, that's armed. And so if anybody here hasn't signed up for that yet, I believe it's in a public beta now, and it's I don't know. I'm going to share this. I might get in trouble. So if I'm not supposed to share it, then you didn't get that link from me. But the Virtual USA Flying Club has access to these, and you might not, if you're not a member of the Virtual USA Flying Club, it might not let you in at this point. But I do know that they're eventually planning on making this open to the general public. And like I said, it's a neat idea. I mean, you're flying obviously in parts of the country that they're trying to promote. They want you to get up to that New York airspace, but you just did a little search for VZNY. Nice. So it might even be a different link there, but anyway, as I mentioned before, I think the unique twist on this, because I know for sure Atlanta has one, and I believe that they have one out there in Honolulu as well, and they're more just to the kind of limited to the airspace. But this one here, they're going all over the place. Like I watched Jeffrey B do a coast-to-coast challenge. He hopped in the Citation X and flew from somewhere in California all the way out to Philadelphia, and that's one of them. And our fearless leader, Jet Pilot Cinnamon, has his own Cinnabon run. That's a solo challenge, but they've got everything from out here on the the Outer Banks to Monument Valley, Mount Rushmore. I should have got credit for the Mount Rushmore run. I'll have to chit chat with him about that one there. Anyway, so it's cool. Yeah, all kinds of VFR opportunities, like Tim said, and yeah, pretty cool. I'll have to reach out because I might have found, you know, like we're testing it out a little bit, trying to find some if there's any bugs or anything like that. But so far, that's that one. So I did a flight in South Dakota that was a loop around Mount Rushmore and then across the Badlands. And there's a couple of challenges that pertain to that, and I should have got credit for those. But you'd be on Columbus ground for tomorrow's FNO. Ah, baby. Heck yeah. I don't even know what the FNO is tomorrow. Half the time I try to get into the USA calendar anymore, it freaks out on me. Things to do in Ohio. Nice. I enjoyed my one trip to Ohio, I will admit. Quite a nice state. Now I got lots of people I know there that I should definitely plan on coming back. All right, we're really rocking here. Let's 2,400 is plenty. Dayton, Columbus, Akron, and Cleveland. Awesome. Well, you know, Tim, it is of course date night at the Uncle Melvin house. But after I get done with my dinner date and potentially the binge watching of programs thereafter, I might slide down. Usually what happens to me on Friday is by the time I get done with my date, everybody's closing up shop. It's about 9 o'clock where I live, which is 11 o'clock on the East Coast, which will be, I think that's probably 11 o'clock. Maybe not quite 11. Is it 10? Are you an hour ahead of me? Are you Central Time Zone, Tim, or are you guys East Coast? Eastern Time Zone. Okay, yeah. I am going to visit the Wright brothers. I'm going to do a little bit of a low pass there, Beethoven, and then I'm going to try to come in and land, and we can even walk around a little bit. This is one of the bespoken sceneries that comes with Microsoft 2024, so it's kind of cool. We got about 28 miles yet to run, so I'm pumped. Stu, yeah, he does. He goes late. Yep. He'll have 5 plus a traffic manager. Wow. That's I mean, guys, I'm telling you, Indy Center has some awesome places to fly. I mean, even if you just go into Cleveland, like that's worth it in and of itself. But like Akron is cool. Columbus, which is where Tim will be, is cool. I mean, I don't remember what all the airfields are that are being covered, but there's some really amazing places to fly, and the guys do a nice job of controlling me. I'm in roll mode still here. Let's go to nav mode and see if we can pick up our nav track. I might have to go back in and read you my deal. So yeah, if you've never flown into one of those airports in the Indy airspace, tomorrow night might not be the best time to do it because it's FNO. But the thing about I just found it. So featured fields, Tim had talked about it. Featured fields, Dayton, Columbus, Akron, Cleveland. So there's 4 different places to fly. So if you feel like you're ready to rock and roll, you can take your 737 into Cleveland. You're going to have a lot of fun. If that's not your cup of tea, or maybe you're just a little bit anxious, then maybe you grab your Citation X and you fly that to Columbus, or maybe you fly your Cessna 152 into Dayton. I mean, having the FNO split up into 4 different places, those are the best FNOs. I kind of have stopped doing FNOs, especially when they're single airport ops, just because it's fun every now and again, because you have to kind of be patient, and you get ground holes, and then sometimes you get vectored and you have holds in the air, and that's kind of fun to do every now and again. But every Friday, I was getting a little tired of that. Of course, it's a non-issue now, because for about the last, I don't know, at least last 5 years, that has become the date night. So, but anyway, but yeah, rock and roll into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That's right. Yeah, not flying between. Okay, Tim, good to know. Between Columbus and Cleveland. Yeah, is that? I mean, yeah. Variety TSAC. You know it, man. You know it. So Beethoven, my plan in Norway is just point to point. I'm just gonna fly. I'm gonna fly from. Let's see, what are my airports here? These are my airports. I don't have them in the route just yet, but yeah, just a little point to point VFR flying, just to kind of see what looks good. Do we have enough daylight? I backed things up quite a bit, I thought. Okay. Anyway. Alright, where are we going now? I'm supposed to be paying attention. I'm not a very good tour guide here. We are, this is the Currituck Sound. And I think we actually have went past the last National Wildlife. So, a little fishing boat down there or something. And if there was any wildlife, even birds or anything flying around, I definitely missed it. Uh-oh, what do we got here? The real wings. Wings replacement mod for the TOLUS. Interesting. Modeled with clean geometry. Brand new 4K textures. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, and I think, Tim, that's also what makes these events even more enjoyable, is when you do have the satellite centers, the satellite areas that are offering some ATC, because it's no fun to take off from Minneapolis with on Unicom, and then everybody just gets, by the time they get into the Indy airspace, man, you're just on top of each other. So, but yeah, Tim, and I think that's, like I said, every now and again I don't mind doing it, but yeah. And for me, it's more about Saturdays anymore, because I haven't done an FNO in a long time. But the Saturday night ops they've almost gotten just as bad in some cases. All right, so 16 miles. We better take a look here. We do know from Tim Dog that the active runway is runway 5, or at least it was a minute ago. But let's go. Let's get our frequency here. Multicom. Make that the active. Weather. We'll adjust this 29883. Oh no, we can't, because we're going to just stay standard. yeah, runway 5 looks like it's going to be, or sorry, runway 3. My bad. Left-hand traffic pattern into runway 3. Runway 5 is where we departed. What was I thinking of? All right, cool. So, and then we will, I believe that the memorial and stuff is to the west of the field. So we'll just do a little low pass, and it should work out pretty good. Runway 21 showing a 9-knot Taylor. Ooh boy. And I'll be honest with you, Tim. I tried to adjust the sim weather, leaving the altimeter and the winds the same, but I don't do it very often, and so I don't know that that's exactly what I've done. More is better. That's right. Not just Men in Black. Well, Beethoven, you'll have to let me know how you like that mod. I tend to not do stuff like that, especially with planes like the Tolus, because I think the Tolus guys have it pretty well dialed in. But and as you guys know, I'm an anti-plugite, so the less plugins I can have, the better. I may have to add a new plugin though. I did see the announcement that Jack has almost got the beloved 737-200 ready to go, expecting to be released middle of next month, and that is going to require the LibRain plugin for my radio, and so I might have to add another plugin. He just picked up Scattered Clouds and moved them up 3,800. Oh, gotcha. I think I've done. Have I? I think I've done a little bit better, haven't I, lately with that? TSAC. I mean, can anybody back me up on that? Like the last aircraft I bought. What's it? Oh, excuse me. I can't remember the last year. It might have been the Captain Iceman Seneca. It's been a long time since I purchased an aircraft. Might have been the Blacksquare. Might have been the Blacksquare Baron and Bonanza in Microsoft. Yeah, I saw that too. I don't know what I think about that. Oh, you know what, Tim? That's my last one. I bought the PMDG 737-800. I did buy that. I did pick that up. But yeah, Chris, I saw that. And yeah, you know, the one thing about X-Plane is they don't update their. I mean, they do incrementally, but like they don't release a whole new version every 4 years like Microsoft kind of has. And maybe Microsoft Flight Sim will not do that this time. I mean, I don't know that 4 years is like a magic number or anything, but I kind of like it when it's not every 4 years. I mean, we got a lot of mileage out of X-Plane 11, right? Like, was it almost 9 years in between X-Plane 11 and X-Plane 12? Can somebody verify that? It was a long time. Yeah, first flight traffic, Cessna November 11816 is 10 miles, 900 miles to the north at 1,500. We're going to join left-hand pattern runway 3. First flight. Okay, and I do plan on kind of breaking off again. We have to pass within the monument, pass within 3 miles of the monument for our flight to count. So, all right, back to hand flying mode here. As Captain Whip would say, the quality portion of the program is now over. How's your computer acquisition plan going there, TSAC? You still getting your pennies put away for a potential upgrade here soon? Oh, just landing at the airport. Yeah, you know what? You're right, Tim, because it's just up the hill, isn't it? Okay, well, still, I want to give you guys a good view of things here. Come on, man. Professional streamer. Just the laptop still? Okay. I understand. Everything costs money. I'm looking at all my outside projects I've got. I'd like to stain our fence. I'd like to finish out. We've got this little spot out off the side of our garage. I'd really like to put cement down there and ultimately build
First
like
flight traffic,
a carport.
Bonanza, November 114 to Foxtrot, Bonanza 836. I'm going to be about 10 miles from the field to the south. I'm going to be crossing the field, entering left downwind runway 3. First flight.
All right, so he's coming in. Yeah, first flight traffic, November 11816 is 6 miles north. Also planning a left-hand downwind runway 3. First flight. But, man, it all costs money. It all costs money. Downwind Symbinos are working good, I see. And I don't have the field just yet. Kind of right in there-ish, I think. Yeah, no, that's Beethoven. I tell you, man, it's great. I love how they're doing that. Like, take X-Plane 12 and continue to build it up piece by piece. I think that's awesome. Yeah. You know, the planes are some of the planes are definitely better, no doubt about that. I think as a whole they probably are. Yeah, definitely. And I'm looking at you know, I've been listening to a few different podcasts regarding scenery, and I'm really excited about what they do have planned. No doubt about that. I'm really excited about, and I was kind of hoping we'd maybe have a little bit of this already, but it's proving to be, I think, a kind of a difficult challenge. But they have talked about giving scenery developers the ability within WED, and Downwind Sim, you might be able to. You're kind of tuned into this more than I am, but they've talked about giving the scenery creators the ability in WED to modify the surrounding mesh area, which is currently the most difficult part of scenery creation, regardless of sim platform, is just getting the ground to contour correctly. Alright, we're going to jump in here. And first flight traffic, November 11816 is entering left downwind runway 3. First flight. Yeah. Well, and I got there's the monument. It's just pretty cool right there. You can kind of see it. And there's our runway. And since we've got other traffic in the pattern, I don't think I'll fly the loop I was thinking, but yeah, I was hoping something like that. Like, I haven't installed the OpenStreetMap and the Ortho for XP. I haven't installed those specifically just because I was holding out hope that we would have that ability here before long, and I still have. There's still plenty of things to do scenery-wise that if you don't have the ability to mess with the mesh, it's not a deal breaker, but that would be really cool. That's the for both sims. That's really the kind of the next big thing. Although I'll give the SDK credit in Microsoft 2020 at least. I haven't tried to mess with it at all in 2024, but you could adjust the mesh within the SDK in 2020, which was kind of cool. It didn't always work right, but you could still flatten stuff out and add, like add ledges and things like that. It was kind of nice.
Yeah, first flight traffic, Bonanza, November 114 to Foxtrot is crossing the runway. Going to be entering left downwind runway 3, midfield. First flight.
Yeah, first flight traffic, November 11816 is left base runway 3. First flight. I can't mess around too much here, guys. We're going to try to keep it going. We got a Baron behind us. He's cooking with butter. We are not. All right, there's the field in sight. We're a little high. You remember that? You actually got pretty
And
good.
first flight traffic, Bonanza 114 Hotel Foxtrot is turning left downwind runway 3. First flight.
You got pretty good at making stuff in 2020, as I remember. Yeah, Tim, that's a good point. And first flight traffic, November 11816 is final runway 3. First flight. All right, coming around town here. We are a little bit high,
500.
but I think we'll be all right to get down here. We're going to go all the way down to the end anyway. And, or are we?
And first flight traffic, Bonanza 114 to Foxtrot is turning left base runway 3. First flight.
Oh, we have to actually come all the way back up here. So we need to kind of get her shut down and back taxied ASAPness. Brakes. Almost brakes.
And first flight traffic, Bonanza
Gosh.
114 to Foxtrot is turning left final runway 3 with intentions for a full stop. First flight.
Yeah, first flight traffic, November 11816. We're going to try to expedite that back taxi. I think we should be out of your way in no time, though.
Thank you.
All right, that'll work. Yeah, first flight traffic, November 11816 is clear of runway 3. First flight.
Intentions for full stop. First flight.
Yeah, first flight traffic, November 11816 is clear. All right, let's get her parked here. We'll go take a look, see, and let's turn some things off here real quick. Yeah, damn, same spot. I'm telling you, man, great minds. We share an aviation brain, I think, Tim. All right. There comes the Bonanza. Nice. Oh, yeah. Very nice. Very nice, Captain. This thing could probably fly almost as far as the Wright Flyer. There we go. So here we go. This is the airport itself is nothing special. But I have to give the Asobo dudes credit. This is pretty dang cool. This is pretty dang cool. Dauntless resolution and unconquerable faith. In commemoration. Oh man. All right. Do we have? I think you can actually read something over here. No, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of something else. So there you go. That's it. There you have it, folks. Creating something like this in X-Plane would be quite difficult. Creating something like this in Microsoft Flight Simulator is only slightly less difficult, to be honest with you. The one thing I remember about trying to do it, the little I did, is you would be in dev mode, and it would look just like what you see right here in dev mode. You would save the scenery, load into it in regular mode, and it would look completely different. And yeah. Yep, well, where would we be without these guys, Beethoven? I mean, yeah, I'm sure heavier than air flight would eventually be, you know, eventually have been invented and perfected, but they definitely helped us out. All right, well, I feel like I'm hearing a, oh goodness, what do we got here? I feel like that's a helicopter that's being rendered as an A319. Who claims the German guy was first? Oh boy, that's like how I fly a helicopter. Who makes that claim? TSAC? Later on, the Wright brothers did. Oh, that guy. I mean, forget that my model matching sucks, but that's not a bad hover taxi right there. Who made that claim is what I'm saying, TSAC. He's going to try to set down that little square, isn't he? We're back in. Let's get it going. We got one more leg to do here, and then we're going to head to Norway. All right, I shouldn't have to prime it. We should be nice and toasty warm already, but we'll get nav lights and the beacon light on. And let's fire up here. Yes, indeed. I might have been picking up a little carb icing there. Yeah, it might have just been we're at idle. Alright, so let's see. We will set that as our barrel, and alright, did we get, I wonder if I got credit for that. Probably won't know until later.
TOS, system test okay.
About that, will I? Okay, I'm going to do another flight plan just because we like to promote the Virtual USA Flying Club, even if it's a VFR. So give me just a second here, and we can do that. Where are we going again? This is a new place that I found about Ocracoke Island. Whiskey 95. If you look at my flight plans over in the Discord channel, you'll see a link to the freeware scenery that I found, so I'm hoping that this will be kind of a cool flight here. So I think we'll stay down nice and low. I mean, 1,500, and it should be approximately the same amount, about another half an hour or so. So let's find out. Let's find out how we're doing here. Oh, I don't want to lean out quite that much. Not quite that much. Yeah, airtime 32 minutes here, so that'll be just fine. That'll be just fine. Profile that, and that's simulation network. that. And again, we're going to be more southwest bound now. So maybe I'll go to 2,500 feet then. Although I think if you're below 2,000 feet, there isn't the same separation, the 500-foot separation. Anybody know what that altitude is? All right, that flight plan is filed, and we are ready. 3,000 and below. Thanks, Tim. So you just have to. You're on your own down there. You really have to be VFR. You must avoid things. All right, let's see. Will it come up as Whiskey 95? Yeah, Okra Coke. Okra Coke Island. Moose coming in here in what? About 6:30. So yeah, so here just a little bit. Did that not work? What's the? Yeah, we're good. We're fine there. All right, 2290. We're good there. And all right, is he flying also into first flight here? TSAC. Yeah, first flight traffic. November 11816 is on the back taxi runway 3. First flight. Or are you saying his stream is starting here a little bit? You're being vague tonight, TSAC. I'm having trouble following you. Remember, I'm a simple-minded guy. You gotta spell it out for me. Stream. I got you. Gotcha. Okay. So it'll be another right-hand crosswind departure. And I am going to go ahead and... Well, no, I should be able to finish this part. I was going to say I need to... Oh, I could have just... I didn't need to backtrack. Oh, sorry, incoming traffic. We had a little taxiway here. Man. All right, here we go. First flight traffic, November 11816 is departing runway 3, southwest bound. First flight. Here we go, guys. Not a not a lot of room to spare there, did we? Oh, jeez. I was just leaned out a little too much. That's why. All right, so it was left pattern into runway 3, so we'll depart the same way. First flight traffic, November 11816 is left crosswind downwind, runway 3. First flight. Beep, beep, beep. See you later, Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. Anybody ever been here in real life? Have you been here? I never have. I'd love to come at some point. And first flight traffic, November 11816 is on the left downwind runway 3. We'll be departing the area to the southwest. Kitty Hawk. First flight, probably is how they say it. So these trees then, like, they've been planted by the residents that live here, right? Like this island itself, or this part of this little whatever, it was all pretty flat and open, right? That's why they chose it. Is this just a result of people moving in and planting trees, or was just part of the island, like where they were flying, sandy and wide open? I mean, when you look at all the old videos of it, right, it looks really like wide sucking open, man. Or were they in a different spot? I have lots of questions. Alright, we'll grab the nav here and we'll be on our way. You know what I'm saying? Like the location of the monument, like that corresponds to where they had their first flight, if I'm not mistaken. But, and maybe the trees are just a little overdone here. But like this is kind of what the videos all look like. It's this kind of rough, sandy looking stuff. Because who knows? Anybody know? No one? Bueller? You guys are a wealth of information tonight. Kitty Hawk Village. Yeah, I mean, you look at these pictures right there. It's not a tree anywhere, which is right why they probably picked that spot. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, right? 123 years later, right? I guess that's what happens when people move in. They plant grass and trees, and they want their neighborhood to, I'm sure they want some protection from the wind is what they probably want, right? That's the main reason that they plant trees where I'm at, is you want a wind block. Because otherwise, I mean, with all the wind, and if it's just sandy beach down there, it's nothing but dirt flying all over the place. Probably not the most pleasant place to live. I get the sense that it's a little bit of a colder environment as well. I don't know. It's windy and rainy in Rantoul, Illinois, Chanute Air Force Base. Is that pretty close to where this is? No, ILL. That's flat farm country. Oh yeah, in Rantoul. Okay, Rantoul. Oh, I mispronounced that. Rantoul, Illinois. Yeah. I think we got a little bit of. Oh no. Where's Downwind Sim? Downwind Sim, you're missing the opportunity. You guys all are missing the opportunity. As what are we doing? What are we talking about? And why aren't you guys teasing me? I made this great sound clip teaser, and no one's using it here. Exclamation point weather. As soon as weather starts coming up amongst the old guys, you're supposed to get us back on track. Because I was just about to say, I think we got some more rain last night over where I'm from. And no one cares. That's what we talk about though when we're old guys, right? Okay. I'm gonna let it run wide open, you guys. We're 100 knots. We never do triple digits in this bad boy. Ooh, alternator used to come on. What else haven't I turned on? Pitot heat strobe. Those aren't important. We're into green. We're flying it like we rented it. Oil temps and pressures are all in the green. We got a lot of fuel. We're good to go. We're good to go. Oh, we should be back outside here again. What am I doing? We're here. We're sightseeing. And I'm talking about weather. So this, let's see again. I'm just kind of not familiar with the area, but so we're just passing. That's Roanoke Island over there, which I watched a really interesting special on that the other day, because I'd kind of always wondered, you know, kind of like what was the final verdict, you know, with the original colonists that came to Roanoke Island. When the leader came back, they were gone. Like, what happened to them? Well, it was pretty cool. Basically, what happened to them was that they assimilated. They weren't killed. They didn't die off from starvation. I mean, some of them did, but it was interesting that when Sir Walter Raleigh came back, and no one was there, like all the buildings and stuff were there pretty much undisturbed, but there was not one original settler there. So it was called the Lost Colony. And but no, I watched a little documentary, and basically what happened to them is they joined forces with the natives in the area and just assimilated into their culture. And so half of them went, I think there were two different tribes, half of them went kind of much further inland, and half of them went north. Well, I don't know if it's half and half, but some went inland, some went north, and they brought their tools and technology and combined with the knowledge and tools and technology of the people that were native to that area, and that's how they survived. But Sir Walter Raleigh didn't really know that at the time, and he didn't know, he didn't really have the means, I don't think, to search too far. But yeah, they actually found artifacts that would have only come from the colonists, and it was really an interesting watch. I'm trying to find it. Came across my YouTube feed the other day. Alright, so here's the one. This is the one that I watched, and there's a lot of them out there, so take it with a grain of salt. This is the one I watched, and I thought it was quite good. Did a little DNA testing and yeah, pretty interesting. Stumpy Point is the name of that right there. This is the out here, the Pea Island Wilderness Area, or National Wildlife Refuge, sorry. And then we've got Hyde County Airport coming up on our right here, just a little bit. I mean, I know North Carolina is known for their forests. They really are. They're logging, and you know that that's a big thing in North Carolina. So we're gonna hop across. We're gonna hop across the Pamlico Strait here, Pamlico Sound, sorry. And you can't see it yet, but there's this little tiny little stretch of land here, and it's called the Ocracoke Island. And there's this little place to land. I hope we can do it. I hope I have my raft in the back seat. Yeah, right? You would need it, that's for sure. You would have to have some water certifications. Alright, I'll pull back a little bit. It's sounding a little rough. So we'll go back to 2400. We'll treat it right. Last thing we need is an engine failure at 1,000 or 2,500 feet. But if a guy was smart, he'd probably climb a little bit and get some more altitude. Cody, he's living his life, man. I don't know if you can see him back there, but he's back there, right there. Oh man, he loves just coming down here on the cool floor and just crashing out. He makes me want to take a nap. Man, I'm tired. I tell you that right now. Tired. Last couple days have been busy. Tell you what, if you were flying this thing for real, you'd probably come right down the coastline here, wouldn't you? And then hop over. Let's do that. I'm not in a super hurry here. Oh, I was going to check our compass. Well, we'll get straighted out, sorted out here, and then we'll kind of see how close our compasses are. I forgot to check for gyro drift. Yeah, I think you'd want to have a bailout, even if it was something like that. You could probably find a place to land and survive in that. I don't know if you'd survive anything in the trees, but at least you'd have some options if you had an engine problem. Alright, what's our heading right now? Just a little bit past 240, it's like about 242, 243. And we're a little off on that, aren't we? 243-ish right there. Adjusting slightly probably on us. Stuff you don't think about in the sim that it's all you probably think about in real life. Like, would you be at 2,500 here if you could be at 4,500 or 6,500? Yeah, you'd probably be higher, and you'd be overland the whole way as much as possible. The Alligator River? Is that what that says? Alligator River? That fills you with a sense of confidence, doesn't it? So I'll plan on trying to take it out as far as I can out here. Maybe out to sort of that point or that point, and then we'll kick it straight across again. A little unnerving, but I think that's us over here. Way out yonder. I know it might be kind of goofy, but I think I'm going to climb also. If I can get another couple thousand feet before we turn across, I think I'll be a happy pilot here. So you never know. You never know. Should have been doing that probably the whole time. While we're doing that, do I have any information about our airfield here? Probably not much. Looks like the Unicom is still 2290. That's good. Weather data, yep, nothing available. Runways 6 and 24. My guess is we'll go runway 6. Left-hand pattern to runway 6, so we'll overfly the field, join that left downwind, come on into runway 6. 3,000 feet basically, which should be fine for us. And that'll kind of wrap up this first part here. Then we'll hop into the to the Bear and we'll head to Norway for a little bit. And we're doing the same kind of thing in Norway, guys. It's just a little bit of sightseeing. There's one of the sceneries that's built in with 2024, and then 2 other ones that I've found. And you know, if you like that kind of stuff, stop on by the Discord. And every time I post my sort of my flight schedule, I always try to include any links to any freeware scenery that I happen to come across. And for tonight's flight, I actually had kind of 3 pretty good ones there. So these are the 3 sceneries. These are the 3 airports we'll be flying. And yeah, so again, the middle one there, Sierra November Quebec, is the one that comes with. It's included in the sim, and the other 2 are ones that I kind of have found. There's some really good, really nice bespoke sceneries up, not just in Norway, but just throughout the Scandinavian region there. It's pretty cool. Okay, 4,000, and then once we get to 4,500, I think I'll track direct the field. And that'll put us on an intercept course to go right over the top of midfield, which will be good. And then we'll plan on runway 6. Left-hand traffic pattern to runway 6. I don't know the elevation of the airfield, but I'm guessing it's going to be pretty close to sea level. So we'll try to get ourselves down 1,500 as we cross over the top of the airport, and then slowly descend into a pattern altitude. Ocracoke, maybe it's how you say it. Ocracoke Islands. All right, there's 4.5, and I do feel a little bit better about life. A little bit more. What is it? Altitude. Speed is insurance. Altitude is life insurance. I don't remember how the saying goes, but I think we can turn out, head that way. Yeah, you know what? Let's hand fly the last 20 miles. One of the reasons I picked this plane is because it is so nice to fly. So let's just do it. Let's do it. Pruitt. More or less right there. The airport is not exactly on the end, but pretty close. This is an inlet here. Ocracoke Inlet, I think, or maybe it's over here. But I'm gonna shoot for kind of that part of our island. Oh, hello, Red Dog. What are you doing here, Jetpack? What are you doing here, sir? Wants to roll a little bit, just a little bit to the left. That's our, we got just a 2-knot crosswind here. Otherwise, she is stable as can be. This would be a long and nerve-wracking 18 miles, wouldn't it? In a little single-engine, tiny Cessna. Yeah, I don't think there's too many guys that's probably flying their Cessna out here. I have climbed a little bit, about 100 feet, so try to maybe just pull off the power just a little bit, sneak back down to 45. And I think this is just a little strip kind of cut, like right out of the vegetation here. I think there's a lot to this airport. Yep, it's that first one is a military base. Yep, that'll be cool. Leknes is yeah, I think Leknes is the one that's the second one, right? That's the one that's included. And then Boda, yeah. I agree with you, Chris. I wish I would. It's been a long time since I've flown any VFR up there. It's a great place to fly. The last place I flew VFR on stream was actually the TBM, if you can believe it. I've been taking that thing out a little bit just to see where it's at. And the Blacksquare TBM. And it's okay. I mean, it still flies nicely. Generally is very, very complete as far as aircraft go, and the only thing that's really lacking is it just doesn't have the best sounds in the world. But the sounds aren't bad, so I've been enjoying it. Alright, cut some power. We're about 12 miles. It's time to start getting down to pattern altitude. Let's make a radio call here. as well. Ocracook traffic, November 11816 is 12 miles to the north of the field at 4,500. We're going to overfly and plan on approaching to runway 6, Ocracook traffic. Yeah, so Beethoven, if you have suggestions, you know, please, as always, you always do a great job of suggesting routes and airports and things like that. If I can accommodate them, I certainly will. Yeah, no, you probably had. Oh yeah, it's going to be a little late your time, but yeah, we'll toss it up there. I'll try to do a better job of getting that posted. A lot of times when I'm done flying, I just kind of shut things down and I forget about going out. I don't have my VODs to save automatically, so I have to go out there and manually publish them. I need to just do a better job of that. But yeah, if you put them in my Discord, that's great. And usually what it boils down to is if I can find some scenery that's halfway decent, you know, the freer the better for me. but no, I like to know where the locals like to go for sure. All right, let's start losing some altitude here. And all right, very nice, very nice. And that goes for anybody out there. If you've got suggestions, I've got a channel in my Discord that's all about that. Suggest a flight. Let me know if you got a favorite place to fly. It could be cool to put on stream. And yeah, if it works out, I try to get them out there, and I'm always looking for stuff like that. So feel free. And as we're wrapping up here, the last 10 miles, I need to also, you know, make sure I put one more plug in for the Virtual USA Flying Club. If I can do it without crashing here. So they are the host of tonight's event and this Outer Banks event, and it's a great way to get involved if you like to fly general aviation. It's a great way to learn how to do it on VATSIM. That's kind of our mission in life, is to promote GA traffic on VATSIM, and more than promote it, like help people learn how to do it correctly and safely. And we've got all kinds of resources, including real-life pilots that are a part of the club that share their expertise and set up events for you to practice. Some of them, kind of like tonight, even though we're flying on VATSIM, well, you know, we didn't talk to anybody. You know, so if you've got a little bit of mic fright or something like that, we might be able to help you out with that. So come check us out. That's a link to our Discord, and that's how you get involved. It's no obligation. Obviously, you just need to have a valid VATSIM ID so that we can get you on there. And Titans Pilot, hey, welcome. Thanks for the follow. Happy Tuesday. But yeah, come check us out. We've got like 1,000 members now, and you know, we do 3 or 4 events every month, so just about weekly. You're going to have some place to go fly GA. In fact, I'm hosting, I think, maybe the next one. We're going to invade. There's an event up in the northwest part of the states called the Northwest Nights, I think. Northwest Nights, I don't remember. It's up in the Spokane, Washington area, and we're just gonna go invade it as a club. Just pick a couple of airstrips to fly into and out of, and yeah, it'd be a lot of fun. Mario, thanks. It is a great group, isn't it? Welcome, Mario. Good to see you. All right, another radio call. Ocracook Island, November 11816, 5 miles north, descending now 3,000, going to overfly midfield and join the left-hand pattern runway 6, Ocracook. So, I don't have a little nav map is the problem, Chris. And you have shared some awesome some awesome routes, and so what I do is I plug them in as best I can to my Navigraph. But so I do have the Kodiak, and I remember going on one of these, and it was coming back in. Remember into Skardu? I tried to fly it. I think I was flying it in the PC-12, and I forgot to put the gear down. But that was a fun flight. The Skardu episode. I still am scarred from Skardu. Alright, so did I say runway 6, so we're actually gonna overfly, and we're gonna join the left upwind if we do that. But I want to overfly so I see where the field is. And so yeah, we'll be on the left upwind to crosswind to downwind. But we should get a good sense of what, you know, a good lay of the land, as it were. Yeah. Well, this one was a VFR flight that you set up. It just happened to depart from Skardu. And it was fun. It was a glacier. Like, you had some glaciers that we were touring. It was really a neat place. But yeah, man. I'll take any and all those ideas. I try to work as many of them into the streaming schedule as I possibly can, so I appreciate it. Alright. Ocracoke traffic, November 11816 is going to be a 1,500 over the field. We're going to enter a left-hand upwind runway 6. Ocracoke traffic. Alright, so half the battle in a plane like this is just finding the airstrip. I think we found it. Alright, beautiful. So 1,500, which is where we'd hope to be. We're going to just keep the descent going. And we're going to come all the way around. Yep, there it is. Ocracoke Island. Hey, hey, baby. We found it. We got some beach umbrellas out there. No people out there fishing. Their boats pulled up. Very nice. Alright, so I'm going to set this here to 6 just as a little reference. And we're going to come around. Again, just kind of letting the plane descend to 1,000. And we'll just take a look at all 4 sides, basically. Okay, I like that. Ocracoke traffic, November 11816 is left crosswind, runway 6, Ocracoke. Oh, well, Chris, that might be an option to do it that way, yeah, because then I think I can load it. It'll load right into the FMC, right? Oh, that's an awesome little airport, isn't it? And look, the sunset just about right. How about that? Ocracoke traffic, November 11816, left downwind, runway 6, Ocracoke. Yeah, so any and all of that, Chris, sounds awesome. Thank you. Alright, so we're maybe a little low right here. I was hoping to kind of be at 1,000, kind of at the midfield here, and then we can start to descend. So I'm going to go ahead and just level for a bit. We're in really good shape. Alright. I'll put the first notch of flaps out here. Pitching up just a little bit of a bubble. Alright, now we can let the altitude start coming back off. I think we're in pretty good shape here, guys. Ocracoke traffic, November 11816 is left base to final, runway 6, Ocracoke. Sounds good, Beethoven. Again, thank you, sir. Much appreciated. Alright, airspeed's not bad here. Pull back on power just a little bit. Yeah, right into it here. Right into it. Might have overshot it just a little bit, but we'll correct. You know, we're a bit high,
500.
but we'll be okay. Slip it a little bit here, slippy, slippy. Okay, that looks good. Got the field made. 3,000 feet, plenty of room here. Try not to float it too bad. Alright, we're on the ground. And welcome. I think this is the... Down here's the end where we park. I believe. Yeah, looks like we're in a good spot. And welcome. Probably is a turnoff at the very end also, but we'll clear off just in case somebody's behind us. All right. Ocracoke traffic, November 11806 is clear of runway 6, Ocracoke. I hope I've said that correctly. If not, if you're from the area and I'm butchering your beautiful island's name, I apologize. I really don't mean to. This is a cool little spot. Okay, let's pull her in and button it up. Okay, parking brake is on. Lights, pitot heat coming off. Nothing else is on over here. Alright, mixture cut off. Mags off.
Choosing.
And all of those are off as well. Hi, Kevin. And then we have to put this stuff on via the clipboard here, unfortunately, but that's all right. How are you, sir? How did we do engine health? We lost 1%. We ran this thing pretty. We ran it pretty good, didn't we? Yeah, oh, nice and sweet. Yeah, there you go. Oh, gosh. I did forget to put the flappies up. Well, all right. We'll do that when we get back in this bad boy. It's not good to do because apparently if you leave them down, you get some moisture in there and it can lead to some corrosion issues. Wonder if I can do it just with battery power. Yes, I can. All right, I'll get it. There we go. All right. Well, very good, you guys. That was fun. That's fun. I'm going to go record my route in the Virtual USA Flying Club Discord, and again, a big thank you to Josh Mack, our admin that made this event happen. Josh, great idea. Appreciate the Outer Banks Explorer, and we're gonna just pop in our information right now. We were in the Cessna 152. We went from where did we start? It was Norfolk, Norfk, to for first flight to whiskey 9 5, and current time, what is it here? It's a 1:40 Zulu. Just made it in under the gun here. I think the event goes for another 20 minutes. So, boom, we're in. Awesome, very nice, cool, very cool. Yeah, so I'm gonna take, just a couple of minutes here and hop into the Baron, slide on over to Norway, and we will get rocking and rolling on our next flight. Give me just a second, guys. I'll be right back.
chasing lines you only see at night. Voices fade into a distant tone, everywhere and nowhere, all alone. Lights below start falling into place, like I've seen 100 times before. I made it down, but it don't feel the same. Left a piece of me in yesterday, somewhere out where all the hours been, trying to find where this one's supposed to end. It's supposed to end. Silent moments hanging in between all the places that I've never been. Every mile just blurs into the next, leaving less and less of what I kept. Touching down don't mean you've arrived, just another stop along the line. I made it down, but it don't feel the same. Left a piece of me in yesterday, somewhere out where all the hours been, trying to find where this one's supposed to end. Maybe it's the space between the days, maybe it's the way it slips away. Every time I think I found the ground, something else is pulling me around. Stillness settling in, the fading light. Another stop, another night. Got where I was going, right on time still, somewhere out along the line.
Cracks in the ground like a warning, lines that I don't understand. Sky hangs still in the morning, nothing moves across the land. Waiting on a drop that never comes, clouds just pass me by. Every day just echoes into one, underneath the hollow sky. Dust in the corners of memories, settling over the days. Footsteps fade but they don't leave tracks. Same dry wind when it all comes back. Nothing shifts, just a different shade. Same empty sky, just a different gray. No rain in the forecast, none in sight. Static on the line every single night. Clouds roll through but they never break. Every promise just evaporates. I watch the ground like it might respond, but it just stares back, goes on and on. Same old pattern, same delay. Something's gone but I just can't say. Waiting on a drop that never comes, clouds just pass me
Getting close here, you guys.
Just a quiet that I already know.
Trying to
Every line where the water ran
get some
feels
stuff
like it's
updated
slipping
here,
out my
and I think
hands.
one thing we might have to do
Forecasting it might come through. Same old
is
story,
update our
nothing
time
new.
and weather again.
Clouds hang low, but they don't break, like they're holding back on purpose.
Although that's pretty, isn't it? Chris, you're welcome. Ooh, wait. No. Live, real time. I don't know. Shoot. Is it? Okay. Is it Land of the Midnight Sun up here? Should we just roll with it? Should we see how it goes? Or should we bump it? Let's bump it back. Or is this morning? Are we getting dawn? Is this dawn? I don't even know. They would be... Alright, so this is live time. Live weather. So it's very early in the morning. So yeah, this is morning time for them. Yeah, early morning. So this will be perfect. Perfect. I say perfect.
I was reading every sign.
All right. Good song here, but I'm going to go ahead and cut that out here so that we can get ready to go and begin our Norwegian adventure here. So yeah, we're on the ground. This is a military base here. Let me get the details for you. Beethoven kind of already gave us a little bit of background, but yeah, this is Andøya in the Andenes area of Norway, and it is yeah. I mean, it's a cool spot. It's not really a GA airport per se. As you can see, it kind of has all those typical little military pullouts, you know, all those pads and stuff. It's got like a little bit of an area over there, I think, with some storage. But look at the area. I mean, come on. Let's go ridiculous, right? Whoops. And then if you push that key, you get a weird, yeah. But anyway, so I thought it'd be kind of fun to fly from here down to well, there's a couple spots, and I'm hoping that we'll be able to pull it off here. So I have this is the turbocharged Baron, I believe, which I haven't flown it for a little while, so we're gonna see how it treats us, and just try to keep it fairly low and slow. Look, oh, hold on, Beethoven's got something here. Go check that out, you guys, if you have a second. I'm gonna get this thing set up here. So pre-file this guy. That's him. We are southeasterly bound. So I'm gonna say, gosh, it's gonna be kind of crazy to. I'm gonna go 9,500. I think that'll keep us safe. In terms of terrain, hopefully. And there are specific VFR procedures for this part of the world too, guys. So we're clearly not going to be meeting those criteria. I did have a Norwegian controller, though, share with me some pretty good information, and wouldn't you know it, it was on my old PC, and so yeah, it's nowhere to be found, which is a bummer because it was kind of cool. Although it sounds to me like different portions of Norway even have different procedures. So very different, and would take some time for sure to learn how to fly VFR correctly in this part of the world. So we're just going to kind of do the best we can here, and hopefully we won't make any major errors. And I don't think, again, with it being super early in the morning here, I don't think there's a lot going on. So if you're flying here and you're a Norwegian and you know about this airspace, forgive me in advance. But yeah, we're going to do the best we can. All right, let me hop back outside. I want to just make sure there's no covers, no tie downs, no shocks, none of that stuff. No, we're looking clean here, I think. Yeah, no pitot covers, none of that stuff. All right, cool. Very good, very good, very good. I would mix it. Mario, I'd try to just combine it all. Yep, put them all together. And if you had, you know, for like anything else, you'd have to almost go auto mixture. Yeah. But yeah, you're going to have to fly something like this, you're going to have to somehow be able to have 3 different quadrants mapped. And so if you've got a single throttle controller, yeah, you're going to have to put those guys together. And it's not horrible. I did that for the longest time when I was first flight simming. I didn't have all 6. So it worked fine. I just had 3, one for prop mixture and condition lever or throttle prop mixture. But yeah, it works good. It works good. I didn't have rudder pedals, so I had something bound for that. And I mean, it worked. It worked. All right, let's. What are we doing? We're trying to get this thing started here, and I need battery power first, don't I? Ooh, I should probably look at fuel. Let's take a peek at our payload. Oh yeah, we're gonna fill it up. I think we'll just top it up all the way. Get a little extra fuel, never hurt nobody. How's our engine conditions? Yeah, you can tell I haven't flown this because both of the engine conditions are in in pristine condition. I do think I've been in it. It's just been a long time since I've flown it. All right, cool. So that looks good. Throttles are cut off, or yeah, throttles are idle. Propellers, high RPM mixture is cut off. Cowl flaps need to be open, which is pulled down in this case. Trims are good and good. Fuel selectors are on. Okay, beacon light. Let's get a little beacon going here, and a nav light. And oh, that's awesome. I'm so envious of that, Beethoven. I think it's cool that you can speak fluently multiple languages. I really do. I really do. All right, we need, let's see. I'm looking for the boost pumps. So we're going to test the boost pump here. I hear it. I don't think we see anything. Okay, those are both audible and good. And then we need, let's see. Oh yeah, we should have been confirming fuel flow. So sorry, I apologize here. It's been a minute. We got to go wide open here first to get. We should have fuel flow right here. So we're going to confirm 2 to 3 gallons of fuel. Yeah, that's good. That's working. And this guy here, same way. Just a little bit of a bump there, just so we know it's working. All right, awesome. And then open up the throttles 1/2 inch. And time to engage the starter. Let's see. That propeller, that prop area is clear. A little more fuel, maybe. Yowza. Okay. Let's go one at a time here. I opened too much, maybe? Did I flood it? It's possible I flooded this thing. All right, let's do a little flooded engine procedure here. See if that's the case. All right, gonna have to take a look here. Right engine. We Our starter's warm. We better maybe switch over to the other side here and see. Repair starter. I'm not going to repair the starter. All right, let's try this again here. We've got, and you know what? Just in case I'm trying to do something that is not good for this. This doesn't have the checklist in it here, though, does it? No, we're going to roll with it. I think we're okay with what I have here. So, full forward. We go high. Oh, that's what I didn't do. I had the throttle off, so this didn't do anything. There we go. Now I come back to 1/2 inch, and are we clear here? Hopefully. Let's see. Trying to light. Come on, girl. I need fuel boost on. All right, let's just monitor things for a minute. That was not the smoothest of starts there by any means. All right. Oil temps and pressures, most important. We've got pressure. Temps are still chilly, but hopefully they'll be coming up. We've got RPMs, and let's try that again. Other side, wide open. Full forward, wide open. Ah, much better. This comes back here to cracked. Okay. So, all right, so that's going now. And let's see, we need, gosh darn. Let's get some lights on here for the panel. I don't think we need any heater AC just yet. I always struggle with the heat, so it's going to say it's like 38 degrees. Yeah, right now it should warm up though here in a little bit. And let's see, everything else over here I think is fine as well. Alright, excellent, excellent. So let's get some avionic power going here, and we'll be ready to rock and roll. I'm going to leave the prop sync off for now. Yeah, all the rest of the stuff can stay off for the time being. We'll just let everything warm up, and we'll be ready to rock. So the flight plan, again,
TOS, system test okay.
Here in Andoya, and heading down to Karuna, which is Echo Sierra, November, Quebec. Oh, and I was going to get some information here just to see what we have. They're still 2280 for a frequency here, so we'll just leave it at that. And then let's see if we have any weather info. Yeah, so winds are 190 at 11. Good visibility. Some clouds at 4,900. 3 above. Altimeter 1019er. And we've got the dual altimeter over here, which is awesome. So 1019er puts us pretty close to sea level. Very good. And then we filed again. We filed 9,500 just to keep safe. If we get up there and we find that that's way too high, we'll adjust. Or if it's not high enough, if we can't see everything, we'll adjust from there as well. All right, and so 190, so we need something here departing us to the south. So it looks like runway 14 is going to be our going to be our boy. So let's set the heading bug over here for runway heading, and then we'll just, like I said, I haven't pre-surveyed this area, so I know there's terrain, and I know there's like terrain fairly nearby us, but I don't know how high it is, and so we'll just kind of fly runway heading till we know we're clear of everything, and then we'll turn on course, which for us is like a 127. So we're pretty much going to be departing almost runway heading. We'll make a little bit of a right-hand turn, but yeah, not too much. So that'll be good. That'll be good. This is, by the way, if you're kind of wondering where we're at in the world, I'll show you here in just a second. And we're going to taxi. I don't know what our runway taxiway situation is. I think we can take this guy to the left all the way down to the end of runway 14 and probably be just fine. So here's where we are in the world. I didn't do a very good job of showing you that in the last flight. I assume everybody's kind of from the US, but so here's Norway, right? Here's Norway and Sweden, and this second we might actually end up, we actually do, we kind of crossed the border here. So I guess we start in Norway and we end in Sweden. So cool, man. We're kind of get to 2 countries for the price of 1 here. But yeah, a little bit of just a southeasterly departure, and hopefully it's nice and scenic and relaxing on a Thursday. So we're gonna get going here. And Andoya traffic, November 11816 is going to be on the taxi runway 14, Andoya. Sorry, Andoya. What needs to come on here? Probably the prop sync, probably the taxi lights, and nothing else for now. Are we warming up any? No, we're still 36. So I probably have to do, what do I have to do? Get my blower on here. I'll get my heater going here is what I need. I need the air conditioner. Let's get the heater on and the blower on low. That should warm things up here quickly. Yeah, it's already 37. Nice. Awesome. Park brake released, and time for us to get going. Like I say, I think we can kind of come up to this first little spot. So everything's working, steering, brakes are working, control surfaces. What can I see? Yep, they're working good. Alright, awesome. Right alternator. I got them on, I just don't have enough RPMs right now to make electricity, I think is the big thing. If that stays on all the way down, we might check. We maybe have a little breaker issue, but oh, anybody see why we don't have right alternator? I'll give you one guess. Okay. So apparently we didn't get that started like we thought. Oh gosh. Is she alive? Yeah. Sad part is I was down there looking at the gauges, and I just totally just scanned the left hand side, didn't even look at the right hand side. That's good piloting right there. Yeah, really what I was doing is single engine taxi, trying to save Downwind Sim some fuel costs. You're welcome, Downwind Sim. Yeah, hasty taxi to beat the sunset. Yeah, it's just me not paying attention. Me being tired. Mentally tired. You do dumb things, right? Right, Mario? Alright. Andoya traffic, November 11816, departing 14 to the southeast. Andoya. Haven't heard anybody talking to anybody about anything. Let's get up here and get going. Sunrise, that's right. That's right, sunrise. Alright, rolling into it. Turbocharged, so it's going to have that little boost here in a minute, so gotta be careful. There she goes. She's wanting to fly already. I love it. Here's a positive rate. Here comes the gear. Laps coming up. Out we go over the top of the ocean here. And I'm sorry, I don't know my Norwegian landmarks very well, so we're just gonna enjoy together here as we go. All right, let's get the RPMs pulled back a little bit here, and looks good. Arm that heading mode and autopilot engaged. Should capture kind of our pitch there. Yep, doing good. So let's do this. Let's go. Let's call it. I like 14. Let's engage 14 there. Altitude is armed. It's Friday. It's Friday in Norway, Mario. So you know what? It's okay. You're forgiven. Sweet. All right, so that's good there. We're doing things, and let's get on course and let's start looking around. Yeah, see, we're pretty much where we need to go. All right. So I'm gonna go nav mode and make that little bit of a turn. Speed looks good. I think we could probably just go flight level change climb mode here, couldn't we? Do we have flight level change climb? I don't think we do in this plane. So yeah, we're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep it in vertical climb or VS mode. And so how about we let's mellow things out a little bit. I just don't want to get too slow because we're gonna hop outside and look around a bit. So let's go 1,000 feet per minute. I feel good about terrain, like we're going to be over the top of those mountains here. That looks nice. I love that. That looks great. Turning on course. Yeah. Morning time in your old home country. That's right. That's right. So my satellite view, let's see if world map gives me any more information. It really doesn't. It really doesn't. So I'm not sure the name of this this sea. Is this the North Sea? Is this where we're at here? I don't even know. This the geography of this part of the world is sadly lacking for me, and this is kind of where my family originated from. So it's Scandinavia, Norway, and Sweden. Half the side from Norway, the other half from Sweden. I think I'd know more. Sadly, I do not. This is already part of the Arctic Ocean, I see, yeah. So yeah, we're just kind of crossing from these outer islands out here. And I don't need that information anymore, so yeah. It's the Air Force Base, and again, like Beethoven was saying, pretty strategic in its proximity to Russia. So I'm assuming that means it's World War II era base, but yeah, this here, yeah, Arctic Ocean, Buckirk, love it. I think 9,500 is going to be a decent altitude for us, really. We'll be up high enough, and we'll be able to see stuff, but we won't be so high that everything looks like a dot. Some crazy good film and TV coming out, or really, like what? What? Give me an example. I know my wife just binged watched some Norwegian crime drama. She really liked it. Hey, look at us at 74 degrees. Nice. You know, now that I think about this, we're VFR now, but we may not be by the time we get down to Sweden there. Yeah, I'm always down for some new some cool new movies or TV shows. Maybe I'll go 7,500. I don't know. What do you guys think? 9.5 going to be too high? Let's go 7.5. Yeah, I came up the other day, and my wife loves crime drama shows. And she's watching this one, and it doesn't look familiar to me. So I always like to sit down, because some of them I like too. But she's watching this one, and I come up, and I sit down, and start watching, and I'm noticing that the mouths aren't moving and matching up with the language. And she's like, "Oh yeah, don't worry about that. It's a Norwegian TV show, and they've had to dub in the English." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." But she's like, "It's really good. It's really good." So, anyway, that's my wife. That's my girl. Kiruna, the Swedish iron ore town. They're moving the whole town so they can get more ore. Oh, no kidding. Oh, man. They've also had to move a historic... Oh, dang.
Tourists have flocked to one of...
All right, I got that set here. Interesting. And this was the picture that you shared. This is from close by where we departed, you say, and it does look very much like the blue waters of the Caribbean. I bet it's slightly cooler. just going out on a limb there. Might be just a tiny bit cooler. I bet it's good fishing up here, though. Colder the water, the better the fishing. That's neat. Yeah, very cool. All right, I got that YouTube video will be what I watch when I go to bed tonight. Oh, it's only 2 minutes long. Slightly, yes. All right, 7,500. Oh yeah, that'll be perfect. That'll be perfect. As long as we have a little bit of visibility here, but man, I tell you what. Look at the Fjordlands here. This really isn't the Fjordlands quite yet, but the idea. There we go. Now we're talking. Now we're cooking with butter. So Detective Hole Sinden, and Okay. All right, biz on the corny side. Yeah, but She might get a kick out of that. I'll have to share with her. Some really, really creative people in this world. And I'm grateful for that. I really am. This is really nice. All right, Chris. Thanks again for coming in. Looking forward to hearing your ideas. And as Mario would say, not, gut not.
I was reading every sign, like it's meant for my eyes. I was reading every sign, like it's meant for my eyes. Every turn, every doubt, every truth in disguise. Tried to map out the wind, tried to measure the sea. But the deeper I went, it unraveled in me. There's a pull in the dark I don't fully explain, like a voice with no sound calling out through the strain. I was gripping control, like it's something I own, but it slips through my hands like it's never been known. In the silence I feel it grow, more than I could ever hold. May it be so, may it be so, as it is written, so it will go. Every question I asked just dissolved in the tide. Every line that I drew got erased by the ride. There's a rhythm beneath every break, every bend, like a hand drawing close that I can't comprehend. I was chasing a truth I could hold, I could name, but it moved like a fire I could never contain. Now I stand in the space where the answers don't show, and I'm learning to trust what I'll never quite know. So I loosen the weight I hold, let it fall, let it go. May it be so, may it be so.
All right, Mario.
As it is written,
Have a good one, dude. Thanks for being here.
so it will go.
Hello to your family. Have a great night.
The horizon dissolves into shadow and light. Every wrong, every right, losing shape in the night. I was fighting a war, I was never meant to win. Now I feel something turning within. There's a force in the current, a will in the flow, ancient as the tide, Yahweh moving below. Not a voice I can hear, but a truth I can know. I was never in control of where this would go. If it carries me far away, if it takes what I thought would stay, I don't need to understand. I am holds what I can't command. In the rising and the fall, God is in it all. May it be so, may it be so, as it is written, so it will go. May it be so, may it be so, through every high and every low. May it be so, may it be so. By your hand I let it go.
Hey, Flying for Fun. So this is just a song that I have been generating via Suno, and yeah, that was just one I came up with. Every one of the songs I do has a little bit of me, and then a little bit of, well, quite a bit of of the Suno. But yeah, I just wanted something that was kind of, I had a Bible verse in my mind the other day, and was just talking about, just the meaning of when people say amen, what does it mean? And a lot of people don't realize that it means may it be so. And so I just kind of, I penned a couple of lines, and then I hummed a couple of verses, and Suno did all the rest. But thank you, man. I've been trying to work on just creating some different things here and there for moments such as this, when it's a little quiet, but it's a cool program. It really is. All right, I'm gonna hop. Let's see, back in. How do I do this? Hop back in. Let's check on things. We have a little ways to go yet, so I'm not panicking, but I always like to get back inside the aircraft if I can, and just make sure everything is working appropriately. Yeah, we're looking good there, and honestly, we could probably even push a little bit more with the manifold pressure, but like I said, we're not in a huge hurry here. We're doing all right. We've got about 80 miles, about 25 minutes, and I'm just going to kind of see, if I'm being honest, I'm just going to see how I feel when we get on the ground here in Sweden, here in Kiruna. And if I still feel good, I'll probably keep pushing and do one more leg, and if not, we might just call it good. So we'll kind of see how it shakes out. But I did want to stay outside a little bit if we could. Maybe we'll just do a little one of these views here. This is kind of nice also. How you doing, Flying for Fun? Happy Thursday. Trying to submit a bug report here. I got that. I don't. Let's see. What did I do here? Oh gosh, dang! I think I screwed up. Yeah. Let's see. I was going to take a little screenshot of this. So what I did was I thought I could combine my... There's a challenge that is all about... it's all about flying around Mount Rushmore and then flying through the Badlands of South Dakota. So and so I thought it's two different challenges, but I'm like, you know, what if it's not that far to fly between, I mean, they're not that far apart. They're within like 50 miles of each other. So I'm like, why don't we just depart from, there's a little airport nearby named Rapid City, and then there's a flight, or there's an airport east of that that's the state capital, Pierce, South Dakota, and you can essentially get right through both of those areas. Here's what I'm talking about. So you can depart from Rapid City. I flew out here past Mount Rushmore, and then I scooted east, and right here, all this dark shaded stuff, this is the Badlands area. There's a little town called Phillip, which is one of the places that you could have landed if you wanted to. And then, but I decided to go in here to Pierre, and they had a little bit, you know, just a little farther flight. I just was testing out the Starship, and so anyway, they had an ILS, and I thought I'd take it there. One more day in the work week. Yeah, I am too. Flying for fun. I'm ready. I think I'm getting kind of soft, to be honest with you. like I when I was just like, not even like, even last year, I mean, when I was coaching, I was working, you know, 12, 14 hour days, and yeah, I was tired, but I was still rocking and rolling, feeling pretty good about life, you know. And now I have to work 2 9-hour days in a row, and I feel like I'm gonna die. I'm like, what's wrong with me? What's happened to me? But I don't know, maybe I'm just slowing down. It's a different type of work, you know, when you're teaching and coaching, you know, it's different than delivering packages. And so maybe the physical activity is just tougher than I thought. Maybe, I hate to admit it, maybe I'm just getting old. I don't know. I can sit at a desk and walk around a classroom more easily than I can haul. I don't know what I hauled today. I hauled some 50-pound thing. That thing was as big as a refrigerator, it felt like. And I work for Express, so we're not supposed to, like, our max package is 50 pounds, which is one of the selling points for me taking a part-time job there. I'm like, okay, I could do 50. I mean, if I had to, I could do more, but, you know, I don't like to have to bust out the dolly and all that stuff. But talk on it, man, the last couple days have just kicked my butt. So I'm hoping tomorrow for a nice quiet day, maybe finish a little early. Usually I'm only about 6 hours, and yeah, geez, today I was about 7.5, so almost 8 hours, which again, that's like just a normal day, right? So why am I so tired? I don't know. I don't know. A lot of snow up here. Yeah, it is kind of a young man's game, flying for fun. And to be honest with you, that was part of the appeal. I'm like, I wonder what I can do. Like like, it's been a long time since I've had a real physical job like that. I'm like, I wonder how I'll hold up. And so, you know, it's like aches and pain wise, I don't feel too bad. But energy level is what's killing me right now. So, you know, it's probably just like it always is. It's all about rest and nutrition and exercise and how much am I getting and am I eating the right stuff. And the older you get, the more important it is. You know, like were the two pieces of apple pie I had last night for dessert good for me today, or probably not. But I had to, right? I had to. They were there. I had to. They were small pieces. So, and it's apple, so it's fruit. And I didn't put ice cream on it, so it was healthy, a healthy choice, like half the calories. You understand what I'm saying, right? Fly for fun? You know what I'm saying? Oh my gosh. No, it's been a pretty good job. And my boss, I'm pretty lucky that my boss takes care of me. Like today, he kind of saw what my load looked like, and he's like, "Oh, we better move some of those deliveries." And I'm glad he did, because it would have been, I would have had another 2.5 hours worth of work. So I'm pretty lucky, because he could have just said, "Sorry, dude. That's the route, and you're the driver. Go get him." Yeah, it's homemade apple pie too, so I can't pass that up, right? I didn't have any tonight though, so I'm saving. My next piece probably gonna be tomorrow, you know. But I'm trying not to, like, I had back to back, so you know, Tuesday night and Wednesday I had pie both nights. So now I'm like, okay, I gotta cut back a little bit. My blood pie level is dangerously high. Oh my gosh. All right, so let's see here. We didn't have any weather data coming out of Norway, but maybe we've got a little something here. And again, this is one of the sceneries that comes with Microsoft 24. I know I feel like I'm maybe repeating that, but I think it's important for people to know that with 2024, you get a lot of scenery, and their default stuff, right? It's not very good. It's getting better, but still not very good. So it's nice that they include these guys. And all right, we've got some automated observations, so good visibility. Winds are light from the southwest, 1018. So I need something for like runway 20 if we have it. I got 21. That's great. And they even have an ILS. Zulu or Yankee? What about the ILS Yankee? What would we do here? What would the I think we'll just do a little vector. Let's load that in there. That'll put the ILS frequency. In fact, I'll make that active, and then we need to be down to 121 Yankee by we need to be down 3,800 feet, so that shouldn't be too tough for us because we're only at 75. So we roughly need to lose 4,000 feet. 4 times 3 is 12, so 12 miles away we should be able to do our thing. So it looks like, to me, it looks like we're going to kind of maybe come to the. I should just maybe activate this approach, huh? So let's pick that. We'll just activate it. We'll just start going right towards that Charlie India 21 Yankee waypoint. I got you, Charlie India 21 Yankee, right here, buddy. hop back outside, get the wide angle view since the cloud layer has held off nicely. This is real time, real weather, by the way, so it's tough to beat. Come out here for a little while at least. Seeing what some of the other dudes are up to. Alcanti's flying around Queensland. Nice. I can't wait. I've got a couple of streams coming up here in the near future where we're going to go check out some of the new scenery over there in Australia. Really excited about that. Jeffrey B, it looks like he's doing one of these ZNY flight quest challenge things also, which is nice. He's like 3rd on the leaderboard, by the way. There's somebody that is somebody that has just a regular number. We don't know who they are. They're leading, and then Earl Williams, our stream friend Earl, is in 2nd. Jeffrey's in 3rd right now, so pretty cool. Yours truly, we're down the we're down the list. We're currently a solid 14th. And so you get points for your challenges, and so each, some challenges, the ones that are easier, you get fewer points. The ones that are tougher, like Jeffrey doing his cross-country flight, that thing was worth way more points. So that was pretty cool. Virtual USA Flying Club, though, for clubs is in 1st place right now. Of course, we're the only club that's currently doing it, testing it. All right, top of drop coming up here, and again, we wanted to be, we said 36. Check here. 38. Okay, 38. And no VNAV in this bad boy, but we can kind of take it down. I could have a suggested. Do I have one of these? I thought I had. Yeah, vertical speed required. It's coming up here in about 4.5 minutes, and right now it's just about 470 feet feet per minute. Yeah, maybe I'll skip the last leg and go have some more apple pie. That's an idea. It's 32 miles, man. I tell you what, this thing, it freaking eats up the miles. It really does. This thing will get you there. It'll flat get you there. Yeah, looking at my time, I think it's probably going to be best to call it good after this leg. We can always come back. I got this other airport installed, and we can always come back and hit this. There's always time to come back over here and do a quick, would this one take about 45 minutes? Just took a little longer than I was anticipating, but that's okay too. Yeah, 46 minutes. So we can come back sometime. Hope you guys are all right with that. Okay, so we're essentially coming in on a right base, extended right base here, and see our top of drop coming up like so. I'm curious to see. This should, I'm going to slide this over. This should transition.
Vertical track.
All right, that's a minute to go for the vertical track. That means time to slow down. Pull back on the manifold pressure a little bit here. And then we're going to say, right now it's suggesting about 840. So we're going to go ahead and call it 900. Time it's all said and done. All right, let's engage that. We'll start down. We'll keep our eyes on the airspeed here, as well as the terrain. We don't want to descend too quickly, obviously. And so let's come over here. Let's set this. I really should have looked at this before we started the descent, but I didn't. So we're going to have to. Oh, let's keep this here. No, we're okay. Let's look at charts. Charts. So I want the approach chart. Why do you mean there's no approach chart here? No approach chart to this one? Okay, well, never mind. Never mind. There. That's interesting. So we did. We're doing the Yankee, right? Yeah, ILS Yankee. Huh, I can pull it up on Navigraph. I wonder why it's not showing on here. So 110.3, 204 is my approach course. 204. So 876654. Okay, 204. Heading down 900. We're good there. And it's going to be a little bit of a tough intercept here, but I think we're okay. It's kind of a 90-degreer, but I think we're all right. Looks like we're going to be clear of the terrain as we're going down there. Nothing super high. Looks like our bottom of descent is going to pretty much be right where it's supposed to be, so that's perfect. And our airspeed is probably a little high. We could probably come back slightly. Okay. Corona traffic, November 11816 is 15 miles to the west of the field, descending 5,300. We're inbound runway 21, Corona traffic. Okay, so yeah, that looks fine. Fine and dandy. Probably could have closed those cowl flaps, couldn't I have, once we got in the air here. Keep an eye on our temps here just to make sure we're all right. We weren't really getting too cold either, but this is kind of a miracle. We've kept our cabin temperature at a decent survivable temperature the whole flight. Usually it's like 6 degrees or 136. So all right, there is a 1,000 to go. Trying to pull back a little on the power. Not really sure. The airport looks like it's on the other side of the river here somewhere. So I guess we'll see. And I think I can arm the approach at this point. Let's find out. See if it transitions from GPS mode to localizer mode and grabs that look. Okay, we're leveling. Now this will bring the speed off a little bit too, so that's good. And yeah, we just need to keep the cylinder head temps at 116 or greater, and that will be fine. So that's what we're looking at right down here. And they're good. In the green. Keep them in the green. Keep them green and happy. And we're turning inbound. And there we go. Transitions to V-lock, and there comes everything that we need. Very nice. There's a glide slope. That worked perfectly. God, I love this GTS. This GTN, I mean, TDS. That Corona traffic, November 11816 is on the ILS, runway 22, 8 mile final, Corona traffic. Okay, that's good. Let's put a notch of flaps out. And where the heck's our where the heck's our runway? I kind of see the building here. I think that's part of the facility, but I don't see where the runway is. Oh, this could be bad. We're still quite a ways out. We're still 7 miles out. Are we grabbing the glide slope? Let's see. Yes, we are. Look at that. What an aircraft. What an aircraft. I'm seeing something kinda, what does Slant Alpha say? Suspiciously airstrippy. Oh, there's a couple of pappy lights. Oh, it's just dark. I see. It's right there, but it's just so dark it kind of blends in. All right, awesome. Awesome. And I think we'll look for 120, but I think the first thing we're going to do is try to make a mess out of things here. Let's make a mess out of everything. Pulling back on the flaps just a bit here, or back on the flaps, pulling back on the power just a little bit. We still have a notch of flaps to use. Instantly start over controlling the aircraft, which is not good. 7-knot crosswind kind of coming off our right, which is nothing this aircraft can't handle if there's a decent pilot sitting in the left-hand seat. So, you know, take that for what it's worth. All right, gonna go gear down here. We're a bit low, but we're doing okay. Really like to have it about 120 if I could here. So still pulling back on stuff here. Let's go. Fuel is selected full as tanks, undercarriage is down and 3 green. Mixture props full forward. And switches, seatbelts are on.
$500.
It's checked. Final notch of flaps coming out. Looking to be about 100 over the fence. Ref it out at about 90, I think, if I remember right. Here it's 100. Pretty well on track, I think. Surprisingly. Oh, I like this airplane. Oh, thank you, Downwind Sim. This is such a joy to fly. And that's going to be, I tell you what, that's going to be a great one to end on. And really, we had 2 good landings in the Cessna as well, but weather is you missed one earlier, my friend. You better play it here before we're done. Oh no, is it not working? What is going on? My sounds have been weird. It did play your welcome sound though. All right, hang on. I won't deprive you of the jingle. I will not deprive you. I don't know what this Quonset hut looking deal is, but it's cool. We're gonna park next to it, and then well, I have been all day, and not sim weather, but like real old man. Hey, we got some rain last night weather. All right, let me get shut down first, and then we'll do that way, because we got to have that. We have to have that. All right, off, 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 and off. None of those. I didn't turn any of that stuff on. That can come off. Heaters off. And prop sync avionics can come off. All that stuff is good. Yeah, that's good. Cut off. This is a fun aircraft. I need to fly it more. I hate to admit, it's even funner than my beloved Duke. It really is. Alright, let's see. How'd we do? Oh, we treated it nicely. The engines are good. We tried to burn the starter up, but we didn't even do that, so that's good. Alright, options. Options. Let's see if we can put stuff on. We couldn't take stuff off. Well, you know what? That was in the WB Sim. I don't know that we can't put stuff on in this plane. Let's see. Oh yeah, look at that. Boom. Oh, can we do tie downs? That might be what we can't do. All right. Well, you know what? We at least got some covers on. And I don't know. Oh, pitot tube cover. There you go. And what else is there? Probably is something here. Let's see if we can get a tie down on the tail here. No, well, we can do that. All right. Well, you missed the part 2 Downwind Sim where I taxied with one engine running. That's how good I did today. I don't need either of those. Yeah, so we're good. We're golden. We're golden. So here we are. Welcome to where are we? Kiruna, Sweden. Echo Sierra November Quebec. And again, it's one of our lovely offerings from the guys. I don't know if Gaia Simulations are the ones that made these Scandinavian sceneries, but they're wonderful. They're just the little hidden gems here, man. I love it. It's so remote, so cool though. All right, let's see what's going on with my sounds here.
It's time for your weather update.
I don't know why it didn't work for you. I have no idea. That's chatbot just being chatbot, I guess. Yeah, you know, sometimes that's what happens. So what the heck. All right, I'm going to wrap it up here, guys, and we'll say our adioses. That's right, KMEL the Melvin. And yeah, we'll talk about what's coming up.
Thanks for watching my papa.
Got a little outro song going here, you know. So first things first, thank you again, Downwind Sim, for the 55 months of re-ascriptions. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I decided to change it up. You guys you get enough of my ugly mug. Let's look at the JFO, man. Back in the day. Now he's all growing up like a third grader. Back here, I used to be able to pick him up. Now he's about ready to pick me up. So, also thank you to Titan's Pilot for the follow. Appreciate that very, very much. Tyro Goth, you came in early on with a nice raid. If any of the Tyro raiders are still here, thank you. Really nice to have you guys on board. It was a nice chill flight tonight. I am back Saturday. Yeah, we've got a little, potentially a threefer on Saturday. I'm going to take the Starship. It's been too long. I'm going to take the Starship into Australia. I have some new sceneries over there to check out. We'll be back in the 737, the PMDG 737. There's some stuff down kind of around Las Vegas I'm interested in checking out. And then if the Lord's will and the creek don't rise, then we'll do the Wilga out on the Vancouver seaplane bases. That's all gonna start at 2 p.m. Mountain Time in the over here in the States. That's 4 p.m. East Coast, which is what most people go by. But 2000 Zulu is what that is. So that's going to be it for me. I am going to grab a quick raid out to. Let's go raid out to Stewie. He's doing some ATC. He's an animal. He keeps going for hours, and he deserves a little bit of well, you know what? Actually, no. I take that back. There's only 4 of us. We don't raid out if we're under 10. So I'm just gonna call it good right here. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday, guys. Again, thank you so much for being here. Downwind Sim, T-Sac, Flying for Fun, Beethoven, Mario. Thank you guys so much again for being here. Appreciate you, and I'll see you on Saturday.
Un paso al frente juntos los dos. Y ahora somos todos, somos más que dos. Un lindo día. Ahora empieza la historia.
Every step you take from here.
Got your whole world standing in. Un lindo día.
Llévense esta memoria. From I hope to it went this way.
Now we say,
have a good day.
by the Rio Bravo. This love is just starting now. Que tengan
un lindo día.
siempre.